Welcome to Season 2 of the To Health With That podcast, where we break up big health topics into small bites. I'm Amy, and this season I'll share all the tips, tricks, and hacks you need to get healthy with an MTHFR mutation in a step-by-step, week-by-week process. I can't wait. This week, let's talk about something that is so talked about that it becomes completely overlooked. So water is one of those things that everybody talks about so much that it's completely easy to ignore. Everyone knows we need a ton of water, so that can't be the key to anything. It's just too common. It's too simple. It's too normal. I get that. We talk about it so much in every health format that people just skip right over it because they have heard it before. They already know that, and they're looking for something new. It's easy to wear out an idea this way so that the value of the thing gets lost, and unfortunately, I think that's happened with many of the pillars of health. Things like eating your greens, drinking enough water, exercising regularly, and even mindfulness. Yeah, we've all heard of all of that, right? I know. I do understand, and I can be guilty of disregarding the simple things too. But I want to emphasize a point here. It isn't actually water. It's hydration. So hydration matters for MTHFR. In truth, hydration matters for humans, MTHFR or not. So you may ask, why are water and hydration not the same thing? Hydration, the way I'm using it here, doesn't mean how much water you drink. It doesn't even mean how much water you absorb. In its most important context, it means how much water gets into your cells. This might seem like an odd benchmark, water in your cells, but let's talk it through. First off, so many people have a ton of water in their system, but they're still chronically dehydrated. And it seems like a thing that shouldn't happen, but it does, and frequently. So do you remember in chemistry class in high school, learning about osmosis, right? This was a thing we probably all had to endure. I'll put a picture of it in the show notes to jog your memory, just in case that does not ring any bells. But basically, the osmosis experiment shows water moving across a semi-permeable membrane, which is mostly what humans are built out of, but certainly cell membranes qualify. So the water moves so that the concentration of salts or minerals or solutes in general, which means the things dissolved in the water, is equal on both sides of the membrane relative to the amount of water. To say it in a different way, it shows water following salt and minerals through a semi-permeable membrane. That's exactly what happens in real life, too. Not just in high school chemistry or biology or wherever you happen to see it. Water follows salts and minerals and goes where those concentrations are the highest. Great! So what does that have to do with hydration? Well, everything. The goal is not just getting water in, but getting it into your cells, which means that salts, minerals, or some other good things that your body likes to pull into your cells can actually pull water along with them. So let's say, for the sake of vivid argument, that you drink distilled water all day long. Distilled water has no or extremely little of anything in it other than water. It's very pure and free from mineral contamination. That sounds good. And as you drink it, your body absorbs it into your bloodstream really rapidly. Also good. Now, it's in your bloodstream diluting your blood, so your body pushes some of it into your cells. That seems good, all going according to plan. Except, as you continue to drink more, the balance is getting way too watery on the bloodstream side, so your body does something that most semi-permeable membranes can't do. It pushes salts and minerals back into your blood and tissue spaces to help balance things out, because cell membranes actually have active transporters as well. So they don't just have to wait for things to flow through, they can actually push minerals across. So that wasn't in the chemistry experiment. So now salt is going out of your cells, and minerals and things that your cells actually need. That's not great. That means the cell won't draw in as much water in the near future until it gets its salts and minerals back. So what are these salts and minerals of which we speak? Well, they're electrolytes. And the reason why most sports drinks have them is that they do actually help push water into cell spaces because your cells are hungry for them. So they gobble them up and then water follows along behind. So the key to hydration is electrolytes. Electrolytes are irresistible to cells, and the higher quality the electrolytes, the better. Every time you drink water, try to remember to put a little dash of electrolytes into it. There's a few great options. One is Himalayan pink salt or a good quality sea salt. So not refined. Get it as raw as you can. Usually that looks like maybe a gray color or a brown color or the pink of the Himalayan salts. These are rich in sodium, yes, which is what we think of as salt, but also balanced with other minerals, including the trace minerals your body might be lacking the most. Just a pinch in a 16-ounce glass will do. The water shouldn't taste salty like seawater. It's just a small amount to help absorption. You can also use a squeeze of lemon or lime juice. Hydrating and yummy at the same time. Total bonus. Lemons and limes are also rich in minerals, have small amounts of fruit sugars, which your cells also love, and will also help to get that water into the right places in your body. If you happen to like sour flavors, you can use a splash of organic apple cider vinegar. Again, does not have to be enough to make your throat burn like hellfire. Just enough to add a good healthy dose of minerals and the yeasts from apples, as well as some remnant sugars. You can use half salt or no salt. So the half salt is a potassium-sodium blend. No salt is actually, I believe, potassium and maybe some magnesium? Maybe just potassium. Not sure. But it's great for you if you're on a sodium-restricted diet, and it can be a really great source of electrolytes. Also, you don't have to taste it. Just enough to push that water into your cell spaces. The last option is powdered magnesium. There's a number of magnesium powders you can add to your water, and they're perfect if you tend to be tense or anxious. We're not looking for the dose on the package here. We're just adding a pinch to make your water more hydrating. Now I know you're thinking that there are sports drinks for this type of thing, and that's true. But anybody who drinks 64 ounces of a sports drink daily isn't actually going to be in good health. Sports drinks are pretty good for during or after activity, in which there's a lot of sweating and burning of calories. But for sitting behind a computer, they're pretty much the salty equivalent of a big gulp. Sports drinks are meant to replenish a large amount of electrolytes in a short amount of time and aren't appropriate for all-day drinking. We're looking for much smaller doses spread throughout a lot more water. Just remember, it isn't how much you drink, it's how much you get into your cells that matters. Keep your cells nice and plump and watery with simple additions to your drinking water. Thanks so much for listening, everybody, and happy holiday season. I hope you're well and joyful and staying safe.